Hello, my friends, and welcome back. All right, we got some very interesting developments. Some people see themselves as Churchill and um, Truman and Stalin already, and they see Hitler dead, and they try to organize international tribunals, or like the Nuremberg ones. And this is none other than a foreign minister of a certain country. And let me read you the article. This article comes from Republic World and came on May 18th, 2022. And it says that UK is open to international tribunal trying Putin for war crimes, working closely with ICC. All right, International Criminal Court. So UK Foreign Secretary Liz Truss. Sorry, guys, I don't want her in my team. You can have her. Um, Welcomed the idea of an international criminal tribunal trying Vladimir Putin and other Russian leaders over the war in Ukraine. You see, it's like you and your friends are going to a party and you have some children like toddlers talking about I don't know grounding you when you come back home because you were too late at the party. So this is Truss, and Truss is the kid, and Putin is and the other ones are involved in this are the adults here. This is how I see this one, and that's based on her statements and her behavior and her lack of professionalism or abilities or lack of based on her own track. Not that I don't like her for whatever reason, but anyway. So after Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered an attack on neighboring Hungary, Ukraine, on February 24th, the war was united, blah, blah, blah. They did what they did. They imposed sanctions, but they didn't get involved. It's like a tricky thing. And I want you to fight him, and I'm going to back you up here and there, but he can't punch me. Only I can punch him through you. That's how it's here. So on Wednesday, the UK Foreign Secretary Liz Truss welcomed the idea of an international criminal tribunal trying Vladimir Putin and other Russian leaders over the war in Ukraine. All right, very good, very good. The British Foreign Secretary told Times Radio that the British Johnson-led government is clear in its stance. She said that Putin, along with others who have been involved in the Ukraine war, need to be held accountable. Yeah, yes, and I'm quoting. Well, we are very clear that Putin and all those who've been behind the appalling war crimes. Did you catch that? So we are very clear that Putin and all of those who committed who behind the war crimes that are being committed in Ukraine. So how do you know? You see, they already start the verdict without any investigation. It's just straight there. So she says, clear for her. It's clear. She's a foreign minister, isn't she? She's a For her. It's clear that those guys committed war crimes. There's no doubt in her. In the box, clear. So imagine how she, I don't know, deals with other foreign ministers or other issues. Very shallow, very shallow. Or not very shallow, very subjective. Very subjective. And, you put the wrong ingredients, the wrong outcome will be. So nevertheless, well, we are very clear that Putin and all of those who've been behind the appalling war crimes that are being committed in Ukraine need to be held to account. And we're working very closely with International Criminal Court. Okay, well, we'll send support into Ukraine to help collect evidence from the witness statements to video evidence. I've talked to the Ukrainian government about this idea of the tribunal. and we are open to the idea of the tribunal. We're currently considering it, but what we really want is the most effective way of prosecuting those people who have committed those appalling war crimes, including rape, sex, blah, blah, blah. Yes, if the tribunal will help to do that, then the UK is definitely considering supporting it. Very good. I mean, I'm for investigating crimes, but it seems like this person already determined that the crimes were committed by those guys, so she's ready. And there's another thing, you know that Russia is not a signatory of the uh, court, Hague Court, the International Criminal Court from Hague. They're not signatories. Neither is Ukraine or United States. So how can you do that? The court doesn't have jurisdiction. Oh, you're gonna push it. And besides, this is what kind of bothers me. She talks about this as it's a war, a world war. That's how she talks. You see, the Nuremberg trials were because it was a big, big war. Now, how those were conducted, that's a different story. There's books written, and and we have people who talked about it. So, nevertheless, that was a big thing. The result, we know what happened over there, good or bad. It is what it is. Done with that. But here, this woman talks about this as she's kind of Churchill, and we're gonna get Putin and gonna put over there and gonna have like. Do you think that these guys are gonna go to this masquerade like you had what's his name Slobodan Milosevic of Yugoslavia? Really? Unless you get Putin and you arrest him and you know people like uh, many times before, you're gonna have him tied up and shipped into Hague. Do you think that Russia's gonna do what? Oh, we lost the war. Let's go, guys. Now let's have these guys do this in our back behind because they can. Really? I mean, look at the history. Look at the history. Who goes to that international tribunal and blah blah blah? Better do something else before goes over there. There was one guy who had no illusions, no illusions, and that guy did that. He said, "I'm not gonna let these guys masquerade me in a tribunal." And they had the other ones had the tribunal done, and then Goering bypassed them, said, "Okay, bye bye." Dead, so they couldn't get the kick from hanging him. But it's okay, they took care of Hess in Spandau prison. Oh, people, people, people. And then they sealed the coffin so the family could not open the coffin of Hess to see what happened to Hess because allegedly he killed himself from behind. Jesus Christ, and he was 80 some or whatever he was, unbelievable. And the marks were like, and then the family, yeah, we will not, and they took it to a coroner their own, and they opened it, fill it. They did another autopsy, and the autopsy said differently, obviously. And then whatever, man. And this is the justice. These guys want to get the Russians. Do you think the Russians don't know history? Do you think they're gonna let themselves be judged by those? You gotta be kidding me. Unless they are arrested and they can't commit, that, then you will see them in a tribunal. I guarantee you. These are not idiots. But anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.